we're bringing my sister in. I can't wait. Amy, is she backstage? Let me know. Give me a little peek. While you're all recovering and checking out, I want to show her pictures, and then we're going to bring her in. Let's stop the music. I can't wait to bring her in. I've been waiting to speak to her and Coach Bronwyn. Let's show her pictures. Look at these results. She lost 7 kgs in 2 months on the one-on-one program. She lost 23 centimeters overall. She went down a dress size. She's a mom of 4. She's my sister, my hero, and we get to chat to her and Coach Bronwyn, and I cannot wait. Look at these results. Oh, there she is. Hello to my sister, Rebecca. How are you?
I'm a little nervous.
Hello,
Hi,
Coach Bronwyn. This is the first time we're actually getting... There's Jay. Coach Bronwyn, you would know this because you obviously coach my sister, but it's taken us months to get her to come on here. And the only reason why I got her on here was that she didn't actually agree. I just put her on. I said, you're coming on live.
Yeah, I heard about it online.
And also in the beginning, Coach Bronwyn, correct me if I'm wrong, but my sister had said to me as well that there's no ways anyone was seeing her transformation pictures. Like, there was no ways. Her first month, her transformation pictures didn't have her head in them. We cut out her head so that we could still share the pictures, but that she was anonymous. We'll get to it later, but she ended up sharing these pictures, which have helped so many people. I mean, Bex, yesterday I shared a message with you from someone that had said that they had signed up because of you, but I've received so many other messages from people that have said the same thing, and there's so many people that have come on to listen, because firstly, you're my sister, which is the best thing ever. For those of you,
the best thing ever.
Best thing ever. For those of you that don't know, our family is extremely close. My sister is my rock. We've been through quite a lot together. And since our mom has gone, my sister and my relationship has become, I didn't even know it was possible, but it's become even stronger. She's like my go-to, especially in pregnancy, in marriage, in my wedding dress, in everything. So this has been the most special thing for me, to have my sister come and join. Excuse me, Looney. And so
they're upset.
And so, Bex, I mean, for you, people wouldn't know this, but I actually also signed you up for the program without you knowing. Bronwyn knows that. You had been speaking so much about wanting to make a change for years. Actually, you and I have been speaking about it, and you had been speaking about how you weren't happy with your body. Since you had 4 kids, I mean, that's crazy, and we'll get to that as well. But since you had 4 kids, you constantly weren't into a correct exercise routine. You didn't have proper eating. And I knew that unless I just signed you up, and I did it as a birthday present, and I was like, unless I just sign you up, you're never going to do it alone. Speak us through a little bit about what that journey was. It scary when I told you that you were signed up, or was it a relief on like, okay, I have to do this now? Because you're also a people pleaser, which I want you to speak about as well. But speak about the start of that journey, why it took you so long, and why you needed that push.
Yeah, so it was an amazing gift. There's really 4 things I think we need to touch on, which is the program itself, and then the motivating factor, the accountability, and then the systems to put in place is what I feel for me really worked. I wouldn't have done it. There's no ways I would have done it for myself. I think that the gift is a life-changing gift, but it also played to my motivating factor. So let's start with that one. Yes, I tried things in the past. Even when you came to visit for those 3 months to help me with the kids, we went running and we got it going, but then you left and then everything fell apart. So I think figuring out what your motivating force is as a person really helps you in succeeding. And for me, I'm a people pleaser, and if I'm really honest and vulnerable, I need people to need me, and I need them to succeed because of me, which is a horrible thing to say out loud, but that's kind of what motivates and drives me. Other people, it might be that they post online and they get comments, and that drives them and gives them motivating force to carry on. Or it might be gifts, like they have a reward system that after a certain amount of time they can buy themselves something, or it might just be the actual results themselves. But for me, it was my motivating force is I'm a people pleaser. And so you bought me the gift, and there's no ways I was going to not give it back to you and saying, thank you for this gift. And I did something with it. And then also with Bron, I didn't want her to fail as a coach because of me not putting in the effort, or, you know, I wanted her to also succeed. So that for me, really my motivating factor was you and Bron. And then me getting the results was amazing and like an added bonus, but really my motivating force was not letting anyone down, I think.
And I can remember you saying to me, like, I was saying, how's the program going? And you were like, I'm following it to a T because I'm so scared that Bronwyn isn't going to get the picture results that other people have given her. And you and I have touched on it a lot. I obviously know you, so I know that your driving force is to please. It's your greatest strength, is to want to help people and help them through your personality. But for you, it worked out to your advantage that was your motivating factor. And I guess what I would like other people to think of is, what is their motivating factor? Because like you said, if you don't have that, it's easy to slip off the bandwagon. For you, you didn't want to let me down. You didn't want to let Coach Bron down. For other people, they like to post pictures every day that they've done a workout. That's their accountability. And people saying, well done, and checking in, like, hey, I haven't seen a picture today. Where are you? I think mine is the reward system, maybe.
You're a whole different kettle of fish. You don't even have goals. You just like, I'm gonna do it. Boom.
Yeah, I guess, but I wanted to be a reward system to buy myself a present or something.
I think presents would definitely be one of your motivators, but also I can think that sometimes, like for me, my motivating factor is also my excuse. So before I started the program, it was, I can't do it because everyone else needs me and I'm giving so much to everyone else, and it's like a weak excuse, right? And normally your motivating factor makes you feel uncomfortable when you 100%. Figure out what it is, but you make it work in your favor.
And then I want to speak, Bex, on the fact that you have 4 kids, which is just crazy. I'm so glad you do. I wish you hadn't stopped. I wish there were more coming.
I'm very glad you stopped.
But you know, we hear so much. Majority of the people that are in our community are moms or women. We have lots of men as well, and they're dads, and they're also juggling. But there are so many people that can relate to you and your story, and the fact that you don't have 1 kid or 2 kids or 3 kids or 4. You have 4 kids. Like, you have 4 children. Eden is the oldest, and she's 12. Is she 12 now?
Almost
12. And Jonathan is almost 3. He's 3 in January. But you have 4 children, but you also are living in a country where you have no help. You're living in the US where you have no family. So there's no mom or dad. There's no aunties or uncles. You're completely by yourself. You've got your husband who works. And to add the little cherry on the cake is that you also are homeschooling 2 of your oldest children, and the baby is at home. You've only got 1 out of your 3 kids that are actually out of the house during your actual day.
During the program, we were homeschooling all.
Yeah, because it was lockdown. So you had all 4 kids at home. So for me, a lot of people come back with the excuse, a lot of women especially, and you touched on it now, is that I feel like I have to give so much of myself the whole time. Everyone needs me. How was it, and what sacrifices did you have to make, and what was your daily routine where you were able to still fit in your exercise and then switch to the healthy eating, that you made it work for you to be able to achieve your results?
It's a lot. That's a lot of things you just asked. I'll start talking and you can tell me what else is there. Bron also is very lucky that she doesn't have to do a lot of talking here.
She's coming. Don't you worry.
So yeah, for me, it was system. So yes, it's a lot of kids. It's a lot of homeschooling. And Bron was really helpful. So some systematic tips, I guess, was that in the beginning, I went to the store, because obviously it's also American based food, which is different. So Bron's just said, just take pictures, and she was so kind. So what I did was I went to Costco and all the different stores, and because we have a lot of different foods here and a lot of stuff that is already made too, I just took a bunch of pics on the back of all the foods and sent her honestly hundreds of photos, and the poor woman had to sift through all of those and see what was appropriate and where it fell in. And then on a Sunday I would do a really big cook-up. Who is it? Is it the doggies?
Yeah.
What are they doing?
They're going crazy.
So on Sunday, I would do a really big cook-up. I'm mostly vegetarian, but I would do all my beans, all my meats, all my veg, and my fruit cut up, ready to go. We tried to do every Monday I would do this, Tuesday, but that didn't work with the busyness of family and kids, because sometimes they would eat more or everything would be gone. So I just made a whole bunch of variety of foods on a Sunday, and it took me hours to do that. But then that set me up for the week, I feel, and with Bron's help saying, okay, these freezer foods that can just be ready to go. And as far as kids go, I had to wake up super early. I had to wake up between 4:30 and 5 to get my workout in consistently every day. And they knew, and it was summer, it was warm, so they knew when they woke up, come outside, because mom will be there working out. And it was so lovely. They would come with their little fleecy blankets, and they would all come lie there, and Jonathan, the 2-year-old, would join in with me. And to be honest, we've really bonded over more physical activities than we ever have before. Like now I can go for a run and the kids can ride the bikes with me, or if we're homeschooling, we'll be jumping on the trampoline and I'll be shouting out math facts as they're jumping, and we're bonding over physical. I have a lot more energy. I'm definitely a much happier mom, being happier with myself. I actually can't believe how different I do feel just after 2 months.
Bex,
everything.
I think I would like to also, because I obviously know a little bit of inside scoop because I used to get pictures and videos, but it was so awesome for me when you would wake up in the morning, you would send me videos of Eden, who's your oldest, who wakes up early. She's the early bird. So she would normally always be there when you started your workout, and she would be your timer, or because at that stage we didn't have the live videos yet for the one-on-one program.
No,
excuse me. So
on the pages.
Yes. So she would be your timer, and she would be keeping track of your sets, and you kind of got the whole family involved. And I love that when the kids woke up, they knew that they had to go downstairs immediately because mom and dad would be outside doing their workout. I think what a great way to start the day, but it comes with sacrifice, right? Sleep.
Yeah. And also I feel like they see me as a stronger person, vulnerably to say that, because I think always giving of yourself seems so noble, but often your kids want you to take a bit of this is important for me to do, and I'm looking after myself, and it doesn't matter what your needs are right now, mine are also important. And I think that was really good for them to see as well, that something was important enough for me to go after it, and they had to wait. It's good for anyone to learn to wait.
Exactly. And I want to now come to Coach Bron, because she's just been able to listen. And Coach Bron, I mean, I can sit here and speak for hours and hours about my sister because I'm biased, and I just think she's the most amazing person ever. But when we were talking about bringing my sister on into the program, and I was thinking about who would be the best coach for her, I actually, at that stage, we were still smaller. We hadn't grown as much. And I was able to choose the coach that I wanted for my sister. And I remember speaking to Jules, who's just so amazing, who had actually called you, Bex. And Jules and I had spoken, and I had told Jules about my sister's personality, people pleaser, but my sister's also a very calming factor. She's not, I said it before, my brother and I are the tornadoes in the room, and my sister's that after beautiful sunrise that comes, the calming effect. And I knew that she needed a coach that she was always going to be people please her coach no matter who it was. So it didn't need to be one of these coaches that was necessarily very loud, outgoing, crazy, out there. I felt like she needed this amazing calming factor, this person that was rock solid. She also, my sister is she's the vault. Like if you tell her a secret, that secret's not going anywhere. And the little that I had heard about you, Coach Bronwyn, at that stage was that you were the vault of the coaches. If you had a client that didn't want their results to be shown, or you didn't want their information out there, you would literally keep it completely to yourself. I mean, even for you, you wouldn't share information about my sister to me unless she had agreed for you to show it. So, it goes twofold. I mean, I asked my sister just now about her experience with you, but what was it like working with my sister, specifically having her be in the States? So you were having to also navigate different foods and different time zones. I'd just love to hear your experience.
Shame, Brom, the time zones were a killer.
Yeah, time zones were, you also work around it, but working with Rebecca was just, I don't even know if I have the right words, but it was amazing. she like you say now, people pleaser, and she was just always there. Brian, here's my breakfast, here's my lunch, here's my supper, here's my workout video. And even in her workout videos, she's just calm. And even if you get a photo just saying, Brian, look at my sweaty face, but I've done it. But everything was calm. And I think that's what made it also a lot easier for her in one sense, that she kept her calm. She never stressed about it. She never worried about it. And luckily you get to learn to read labels when you study a few things as well. And so helping her out in that range, it really, really, it was easy for her as well. And because when you're looking after so many people in one family, it's tough when you possibly have to separate a whole lot of foods that you might not be able to feed. This one might want that, this one might want that. And something at least that's plain and simple and easy, but nutritious for you as well. She got that. She nailed it. I would get videos from her cooking in the kitchen, showing what each individual thing is happening, which is really amazing. But yeah, no, I think it really was amazing working with her on the program. She put in her all every single day, and I loved getting the videos from her. From Eden would send most of the videos of her skipping in the garden, the days that Eden joined in with your workout sessions as well. You just had it. Your kids were just there. They were all around you and knowing this is mommy's time and we're going to let mommy do it, And there were days where I'd get videos at 10:30 at night, or 10:30 her night, not even mine, that she'd only just done her workout because the days were just so crazy, and she'd finished at 10:30 her evening. Never let a day slip by.
No, we had 2 months, I think. We were together 2 months, but in those 2 months, we had 2 stomach bugs hit the house. So I remember being up all night, and then I couldn't wake up at 5, and then it would get to like 10. And I knew I couldn't go to bed because I had to send a video. So 10:30, I think my latest was like 11 at night. You were awake already the next morning. But Bron also has a way of, so I did fail. I didn't really miss workouts, but I failed on the eating. And I feel like the program's so great because you can still fail. And Bron gave me so much support. Like, it's fine. This is normal. This is part of, like, you're human. You have to fail. And I mean, I remember shoving M&Ms in my mouth and then feeling so guilty and then going to and shoving those in my mouth and then making Eden send a message to her saying, my mom feels really bad. She's eaten so much junk. It's fine.
And one of the things about the US as well that is important for people to know that I had forgotten about until I've arrived is it's so easy to buy crap and eat crap. And Starbucks daily was your thing. It was your vice.
Oh. Yeah, Bron has helped me break a lot of bad habits. Yeah, like Starbucks every day with sugary drinks. And her having to speak me off the ledge a couple times. And then also the nighttime eating was really hard for me to break that pattern. And Bron gave me some really good tips and advice. And she gave me recipes for different teas to drink and what to do for those nighttime.
But Bron, I want to say, and this is the one thing I want to speak about is the last bit I want to speak about is the sustainability once you leave the program. But my sister and I normally chat. The only time we really can chat is when she's driving, because when she's home, she's homeschooling and kids are all around her. And when she's driving, either the kids are in the back of the car saying, hello, Auntie Siri, or she's going to pick up kids. And so oftentimes when she's driving, she might be ordering food as well, like ordering lunch. And every time that I've heard her order lunch, the principles have stayed the same. Like I heard her the other day ordering a chicken salad and she said, please, can I have the dressing on the side? Because she's obviously realized she can't have her dressing with her salad. It's added fat. So there's like these principles. And Bex, I know that you haven't always succeeded since you've been off the program, which I think is also good to be honest, is how is the transition from leaving the one-on-one program? You've received these insane results, and we're going to show your pictures again later before we end, but you've received these crazy results. You're in this position where you feel so much more confident. You're saying you're wearing a bikini for the first time since you've been like a teenager. Now you leave the program. What's the sustainability like? How difficult was that to uphold? Have you still upheld that? Are you in a good rhythm? Have the principles, especially of the food, stuck with you since you've been off the program?
So I had withdrawal symptoms from Bron for sure when I left the program, and she was very kind. She still sends me messages now. Oh, sorry, I've got a thing here to check up on how I'm doing. And the accountability was really hard for me to lose. So that was nice that Bron checked in, like for the first week, saying, "Hey, how's it going?" I would suggest getting someone to be accountable to. So for Warren, my husband, he started working out with me. And that was really helpful that he would then it was like I had someone that I had to also please. But if you have like a sister or a mom or a friend who you could then just become accountable to for the next couple of weeks, I would say would be very helpful. The food aspect, we broke all the bad habits, and that was much easier to follow because I was in such a system of doing that, sending photos. It was very strange. I kept wanting to take photos of my food all the time. That was a hard to break. What else did you say?
Yeah, just how has the transition been of being off it? I know that it's harder because you don't have that person now that you have to please, and that's your motivating factor. So having Warren obviously is a good one. I think having me now live, these live classes that suit you as well with the time.
Yeah, that's helpful. I will say what's really hard to watch for me, it might not be the same for everyone else, is when I went on holiday and then I broke the consistent routine and the habits, and then to get back into it, because you kind of get back in a slump and then you're like, oh, I failed. And then to get out of that and just start again was hard. So I would just say, as much as you can, keep your same systems in place. And then if you fail, just try to get back up quick. Because I think for me, I had a good 3 weeks where I was like, I just couldn't do it. And so I think accountability and really trying. But as far as the food goes, that's really, I'm still on track with the food. I mean, I have a lot more cheat days and that kind of thing. But I would say a lot of my bad habits have been broken still now. And I think we've been off for a couple months.
Yeah, for a while.
Yeah.
And then I want to speak about your confidence finally, Bex, because I've obviously known you my whole life, but ever since I've known you, which like properly, like since I can remember, like since you've been out of school, I've never really seen you in a bikini. I was always the one that was in the silly bikinis. I mean, for some of you, when I came to visit my sister,
the least clothes the better with Sarah.
When I came to visit my sister in her very, very conservative, like
area,
I had these tiny bikinis, and she made me wear shorts over because she was so embarrassed.
Because it's a public pool, and we would have got it kicked out. And those weren't even called bikini bottoms. I'm not sure what they were. Like, put some clothes on.
But you have never, since I've known you, especially since you've had kids, you've only ever worn full pieces, and you've only ever worn those shorts that I hate, that are like almost down to your knees, because you've never been comfortable with your thighs. Like for as long as I can remember, your legs and your thighs for me have always been the thing you've disliked most about your body. And looking at your confidence and the pictures, and then I started seeing in summertime, you were wearing bikinis around the pool. You were going to the beaches and you were wearing bikinis where you were. It's not so much about how you look, but it's more about how you feel. Essentially, talk us through like the transition in your body. We've spoken about like how you managed it, how you did all the systems. Now let's speak about the results and actually what those did for you, not only physically but mentally as well.
I can't even say how encouraging it was, because you don't think it's going to happen when you've done programs before and you've tried, and this is really not a plug, it's just really true. When I've tried so many different things, I mean, I don't know if I can name them, if that's bad.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, so I did Beachbody for a very long time with the shakes and all the different things. I did running programs, I trained, but I never married the food with the exercise in such a consistent long-term way, and I never ever had time to cheat. Like I never had the Friday night and the Saturday to be able to kind of have off and have that freedom, I think. So I kind of thought my body was the way my body was, and I had 4 kids, and that's just 4 kids, and that's the way it's going to be. And I really thought the shape of my legs were the shape of my legs, and I really didn't like, and I know some people are like, what's the problem? But I really didn't like my upper half of my leg, and I hated showing it. And then with the workouts, I got muscle definition that I didn't know could be possible for me, and it changed it changed really. I mean, I could see muscle that I'd never seen, even when I was a teenager and playing sports. And it felt good. It felt like when I was, when you're walking and it feels like your fat's kind of keeping up with you and moving around. I felt like when I walked, I could walk solidly, that my body moved as one. It's a really strange thing to say, but that's how it felt. And I remember going to a water park with the kids because it was summer, which really helps as well. I feel like when you're in summer, it's easier to maintain and you feel so good. So that's nice for South Africa at the moment. But I went to the water park with the kids, and I remember like you have to scooch down and do all the water rides, and I just remember feeling so healthy and happy, which I don't think I've ever had, even as a teenager when you really should be feeling healthy and happy. I just feel good.
It makes me so happy. And Bron, final from you is like the difference that you saw in my sister from a mindset point of view on how she viewed herself, because you obviously went through the beginning phase of, I don't want my pictures being seen, I don't want anyone seeing this, I'm not happy and comfortable with my before pictures, to getting to the point where she was happy to share that. What did you see from like a mental aspect change as well as a physical aspect change?
Yeah, look, I'll never forget that first chat we had on that Sunday afternoon as well. And, like, also just reassuring her the whole time, no, don't go anywhere, it's safe with me. So, and I could see it was hard for her to look at the photos and send the photos to me. But after her first month, and we had that chat as well, she just couldn't believe that her body had changed so much. And when that second month came up and she had sent me photos in the bikini, and I had poses going there with the photos that she sent me, I was just like, you can just see how happy she is and how much she is glowing. Like going through, if you had to go back through all the messages from the beginning till the end of the program, you just see how the energy, or if I can call it like energy inside her, and like just her glow around her just goes, it's bigger and it's bigger and it's bigger and it's bigger, because she's just feeling so good about herself. And so I could see that grow every single day, and you could see the way she would talk to me in videos, that I'm feeling good today, and that's the boost of the confidence is coming out. And I saw her in a pair of shorts the one day as well, which she would never, I think, have posted anyway, but she sent me a video of her doing skipping, I think, and she had like the shorts on and everything. And yeah, so there's a huge transformation that I've seen in her as well. And it's just to see that smile and her eyes glistening a little bit more and talking about herself a little bit more, on how she's accepting herself, if I can put it that way. Like she's happy with who she is now, and she should always have been happy with who she is, but she's confident and she's loving herself. So yeah, no, it was huge changes.
And it makes
me. I know that not everyone can have Bron, but whoever gets Bron is very lucky.
She is amazing. It makes me super stoked because, my sister has 4 kids, and 2 of those are nieces. Eden and Sadie, they're like my 2 little shining niecing stars. But something that we had as kids, my sister and I and my brother, we had this mom that was like overboard confident. Like she oozed confidence wherever she went. And
like someone else I know.
Thank you. But she did. She oozed confidence. You never saw like the positivity that she felt about herself was like crazy. And something that makes me so excited is that you ooze confidence, Bex, in every other aspect except about yourself and how you look. And for the first time, I saw you, as my sister, taking confidence in what you look like, wearing shorts, wearing a bikini. There's something quite powerful in your daughter seeing you in a bikini, confident, walking around, saying, and I think that it's such an awesome example for all moms not to have to wear bikinis or short shorts, but for that confidence of you feeling completely happy and confident in your own skin, which then transfers to your children on, hey, I feel confident in what I am and what I'm doing.
Yeah, and the girls, I mean, we don't speak about fat or anything like that. When I was working out, the girls would be saying, look, mom's being healthy, mom's getting strong. And that's what we speak about, kind of strong and healthy. And there's a lot of freedom in feeling strong and healthy. And I think that the focus is, yeah, it just gave a lot of freedom, I feel.
I agree. And I could keep talking for ages, but I mean, there's so many people that have stayed on to watch, but thank you for coming on and speaking to us.
I think we need to do another session, but on embarrassing stories from when Siri was little.
I think lots of people will say yes, please.
I think a lot of people will zone in for that one.
But Bronwyn, thank you so much for taking care of my sister.
Bron.
You are the best, and I see so many people are commenting here saying, I'm so lucky. Bronny Blasters for the win. Go Bronny Blasters. All Bronny's Blasters are on there. If you do have Bron as a coach, she's phenomenal. If you are sitting on the fence about the one-on-one program, especially as a mom, and saying, you know, I need to give so much of me, I hope that you take confidence in the fact that a mom with 4 kids with no help was able to do it, and it wasn't easy, and it came with sacrifice, but it's enabled her to be filled with confidence. It's enabled her to have a new outlook on how she eats and what she does exercise-wise, and I feel so proud, not just as a sister, but I feel super proud as like a Jeff employee as well, that that this company is doing so many amazing things and changing so many lives, but it's through the people, it's through the coaches that are in the program, it's through the nutritionists, it's through everything that's kind of coming together. And for those of you that are in the one-on-one program, I just want to say thank you for trusting us. Thank you for trusting the process. If you're having bad days, we all have them, but if you want the results, you just got to stick with the process, stick with the plan, and you'll achieve them.
Also, if there's anyone on who, it's sometimes really hard as a mom to be overwhelmed. So for me, it was a massive gift getting it from you, Sarah. So if there's a husband or a sister, a gift is always a great thing too.
Exactly. I like that. And guess what? We actually have now, leading up to Christmas, we actually have gifts where you can gift somebody one-on-ones. So I think that it's such a cool Christmas gift coming up into December. And like you said, for the South Africans, it's summertime coming up now. And you're right, like exercising in summer, but also feeling good about yourself in summer when you're out in summery clothes is just such an awesome extra motivation. So,
and you think it'll take months and months to get there, but summer's like going to be now. And it took me 2 months to feel amazing. And I think even after 1 month, I was feeling great. So it's not too late.
No, it's not. But thank you, Bex, for coming and speaking to us. Thank you for everyone that's tuned in. Bronny, you're a legend. I'm probably going to call you straight away, Rebecca.
No, I know. I'm waiting here by my phone.
But I love you guys. I'm so grateful you came to chat to me, and we'll definitely cue in that series embarrassing moments segment. Love you guys.
Bye.
Oh, for those of you that are still with us, I know that was quite long, but I couldn't help myself. Getting to speak to my sister is just the best. And so I'm not going to keep you much longer. Thank you for tuning in. If you were tuning in, I'm going to calling me, but I'm going to end this right now. The best rest of your day. Toodaloo. Goodbye.